In the Heart of Time is a story about love, loss, and the relentless march of time. In the Heart of Time, Chapter 1, The Beginning. Amara stood on the edge of the cliff, her auburn hair billowing in the wind. The sun was setting, casting an orange glow over the vast ocean below. This was the place where she first met Elias, the man who had forever changed the course of her life. They met on a rainy afternoon in the heart of the city. Amara had been rushing to catch the last bus home when she slipped on the wet pavement. Elias was there, a stranger with kind eyes, who caught her before she fell. From that moment, their lives became intertwined. They spent countless hours exploring the city, sharing dreams, and falling deeply in love. But time, as it often does, began to wear on their relationship. Elias was an adventurer at heart, always seeking the next thrill, while Amara craved stability and roots. Chapter 2, The Journey. As the years passed, Elias's wanderlust grew stronger. He would disappear for weeks, sometimes months, on his adventures, leaving Amara behind. She would wait for him, her heart aching, but she never asked him to stay. She loved him too much to clip his wings. One day, Elias returned from a particularly long journey, looking different. His eyes, once filled with the joy of discovery, were now clouded with a sadness that Amara couldn't quite place. He held her close that night, tighter than he ever had before, and whispered, "Time is running out, Amara." She didn't understand what he meant, but she felt a cold fear settle in her heart. Chapter 3, The Revelation. Weeks turned into months, and Elias became more withdrawn. He spent hours staring at the old clock in their living room, as if waiting for something. Amara tried to reach out to him, but he was distant, lost in thoughts he wouldn't share. One night, as the clock struck midnight, Elias finally spoke. He told Amara about an ancient artifact he had found on his last journey, an hourglass that could manipulate time. But with this power came a curse. Each time he used it, a piece of his own time was taken away. He had used it to relive their happiest moments together, to hold on to their love a little longer. But now, as time was almost up, Amara was horrified. She begged him to stop using the hourglass, but Elias refused. He couldn't bear the thought of losing her, even if it meant losing himself. Chapter 4, The Farewell. The day came when Elias could no longer fight the inevitable. His time was up. As the last grain of sand fell through the hourglass, he held Amara close and whispered, "I'll love you until the end of time." And then he was gone. Amara was left alone, heartbroken, but with a resolve to honor Elias's memory. She knew that time, though fleeting, was the most precious thing they had shared. She vowed to live fully, to cherish every moment, and to carry Elias's love with her as she moved forward. Chapter 5, The Legacy. Years passed, and Amara became known as the wise woman who understood the value of time. She traveled the world, sharing her story and the lessons she had learned. She never found love again, but she found peace in knowing that Elias was with her, in every tick of the clock, in every sunset, in every breath she took. And so, Amara lived out her days in the heart of time, forever connected to the man she had loved and lost, but who had given her the greatest gift of all, the knowledge that time, no matter how short, is a treasure to be cherished. Epilogue. Amara passed away quietly in her sleep, her hand resting on the old hourglass. As the final grain of sand fell, the hourglass shattered, releasing a brilliant light that filled the room. In that moment, Amara was reunited with Elias, their souls intertwined in the heart of time, where they would be together forever. And so, their love story became a legend, a timeless tale of love, sacrifice, and the enduring power of the heart.